What's going on, you guys? Yep, imminent. Spence and Crawford announcement imminent within days, right? This is what Lance Pugmire said. Fight Hype actually posted the video, so we know what Floyd said. If Fight Hype, unless you hear from me at Fight Hype, then it's not true. So we should take this as true news. Hit that like button for your boy. It's been a minute. Hit that like button as you come on in. Get this thing started. But before we talk about Spence and Crawford, we're gonna talk about what's going on with boxing. We'll talk about what's going on with boxing. Shakur Stevenson fighting this Friday against Robson Kasinkiao. Triple G and Canelo pay-per-view numbers in. Some say it's a flop. And salute to WJ Luckett for the cash app the other day. He says, hold up. Salute to my man WJ Luckett, man. He always holding your boy down. He said, Crawford Porter, 148K buys. Spence Ugas, 129K buys. Wow. Hey, if I'm honest, that sounds about right. I don't really think too many people bought that Ugas fight. You know what I'm saying? I bought it. You know what I'm saying? But in the grand scheme of things, nah, bro. This 200,000 average that they keep pushing out in regards to Spence, I never really believed it. 129K sounds probably about right. You know what I'm saying? I mean, who's go buy that fight? But salute to you, man, for the super chat and that bit of information. Y'all hit that like button. Come on in, man. YouTube got to do their thing, send out the notifications, and do all that bullshit. This fight, Canelo Triple G, real quick. They say it's a flop. The pay-per-view numbers were 500,000, between 500 and 575 or something like that, 550 or something. Is that bad for Canelo Alvarez and Triple G? Yeah, I would think so. But really, nobody was really calling for that fight. It was long overdue. And I mean, what did they really expect, right? What did they really expect? Of course, David Benavidez and Canelo, they've been going back and forth. Will Canelo fight Benavidez? I highly doubt it. We've seen this. Maybe if the pressure from the fans intensifies, and as you guys coming in, I'm just going over what's happening in boxing leading up until now. But I don't think Canelo Alvarez is going to fight him unless his hardcore fan base starts to pressure him to fight him. Other than that, I don't really see Canelo Alvarez doing anything he don't want to do. And what he don't want to do is fight David Benavidez. So, yeah, he gets frustrated when fans try to make him fight certain fighters in the media and shit. So, you know how Canelo do when, he gets pretty upset. But we ain't got to play all that again. We already know how that storyline went. Canelo Alvarez is looking to fight a John Ryder or maybe Dimitri Bivol. And that's just what it is, okay? Moving forward, Ryan Garcia, Tank Davis. It's looking like that fight might happen. I'm not sure if you guys saw it. I've been kind of going through some shit behind the scenes, so I haven't been pushing out as many videos. But Ryan Garcia's dad, salute to Billy. I forgot his. He asked Ryan Garcia's dad. Ryan Garcia's dad pretty much spilled the fucking beans, man, that this thing is likely happening end of December, early January for Tank Davis and Ryan Garcia. It's pretty much a go for the fight. Ryan Garcia tweeted the other day that war is coming. Him and Tank Davis, they talk to each other in the club, etc. So it's looking like, according to Ryan and his people and Tank, I mean, it's looking like it's happening, But according to Oscar, he ain't really saying too much. So I'm hearing that fight is a go for this year. So on Showtime. So we're going to see what happens. We're going to wait to see what happens with the Ryan Garcia fight. I think it's a really interesting fight. And if I look at it objectively, while Ryan may lack in a few areas, he does have certain things that he brings to a fight that could possibly give Tank Davis a lot of problems. Not to mention Tank Davis' output has significantly decreased over the years. So, yeah, he's going to have to work to kind of get inside on Ryan, who whips them shots. And we'll just start breaking that shit down as it goes. But, yeah, moving forward, Devin Haney also said that Tank Davis ain't fought nobody. He's 27 years old, and that his resume, my resume, is better than his. Lomachenko is on his hit list.
Man, years.
But will Devin Haney be able to make the 135 weight limit by time, January? I mean, by time 2023 hits, who knows? But we got that fight coming up with him and Kambosos. Of course, Shakur Stevenson, Robson Kasinkiao. That fight is going to, and salute the Ringside Views, man, for keeping the world updated on boxing. But they had a face off today. Robinson Kasinkiel, it could arguably be Shakur Stevenson, toughest opponent, man. I don't know. What do you guys think about that? I know I'm moving a little fast, but we got to keep it moving because we got to get to the meat and potatoes of the discussion. But Robinson Kasinkiel, Olympian as well. I believe he's what is he? A bronze, silver, gold. He medaled in the Olympics, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah. So they two Olympians and shit, man. One from Brazil, one from America, meeting in the professional ranks. Robinson Kasinkiel, in my opinion, beat Oscar Valdez in his last fight. Of course, Shakur Stevenson thoroughly beat Oscar Valdez, and now these two are going to meet. So hopefully Shakur Stevenson has been staying disciplined, sharp. He's a incredibly talented young man. But I've seen a few pictures that, I don't know, maybe he's just doing it for show. But hopefully he just keeping shit in, hopefully he's just staying disciplined. That's all I'm going to say. Talent can only take you so far if you're not really working hard and doing what else you need to do to stay focused. But Robinson Kasinkiel, this should be a good fight, man. It's coming on Friday. I'm not quite sure why it's on a Friday, but Friday night fights. Shakur Stevenson, Robinson Kasinkiel, be sure to check it in. We're going to talk about it after it happens. I'll probably be at work or some shit. So, yeah, I'll see what I can do on a post-fight reaction on that one. Should be a good fight, man. I got Shakur Stevenson winning the fight. I think he's just too smart. But, however, I do think Robinson Kasinkiel could pose some problems that we haven't seen Shakur Stevenson necessarily deal with. So we'll see what happens on that one. And what else we got? Hit that like button for you, but we got like 50 people up in here, man. I'm just running through what happened over boxing in the past week, right? Because I haven't been able to really do as much as far as videos. What else? I guess we can go ahead and go over to Spence and Crawford now. Then I'm gonna open up the panel, get you guys' thoughts, because we heard some new news in regards to this fight. Let me see what else we got real quick before I move forward. Oh, real quick. I like how everybody wanted to call out Triple G after he got his ass beat by Canelo, right? I mean, was it an ass beating? Kind of, yeah. It was a boring fight, but everybody was calling out Triple G. Jamal Charlo popped out of hiding. Everybody's calling out the old man Golovkin. It was like, I don't know. Maybe they feel like now that Triple G got the Canelo saga out of the way, now he's be more willing to fight. Now that Triple G got his paydays out of the way, now he'll be more willing to fight. So that's probably what these guys was thinking. But nonetheless, man, I don't like how the middleweight division been ran over the past 5 or 6 years, man. Middleweight division has been ass. We should have been known who is the definite best guy at that weight class by now. We just never know because guys like to move up and disappear and shit and all this other bullshit. So yeah, the middleweight division is it the glamour division still? It should be because historically, but whatever, man. These dudes, man. Chris Eubanks fighting a fucking welterweight and shit. And I like Chris and shit, but come on, bro. Shit don't even make no fucking sense. But yeah, moving forward, man. Spence and Crawford. But first, before I do that, let me see who's in the building. Salute to everybody in the building. Salute to Boomer for the super chat, the sponsor of the show. He says, salute Bushido and the dojo. What's going on, bro? Yeah, man. Yeah. It's good to be back, man. I miss you guys, man. Salute to D Lucky for the super chat. Salute, brother. What's going on? Mark Nash, what's good, bro? 2015 for gold. Okay, there we go. Gold. All right, there we go. So he's a gold medalist. Oh, salute to Zolife for the super chat. Man, y'all showing your boy Bushido a lot of fucking love today, man. Oh, man, it's much needed, too. I've been going through some shit. Let's see. Yeah, and hit that like button, too. He says, Dragon Leg says, Shakur always stays disciplined. He knows the fight is serious. Yeah, man. Y'all seen the picture I probably seen with his, his girl and shit. And, I don't want to get too deep into that, but as long as he's goes and still performs, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, we're gonna see. Robinson got some things that can make that fight interesting, man. But yeah, the Spence and Crawford thing, man. We heard that Bud is taking like a low cut, the low ball offer. We heard that the rematch, and this is according to what we just heard, right? We heard that the rematch is what's going on, Michael Anderson. Still in Spence's favor, even if Crawford wins. Now, I'm not quite sure if Bernie was just talking shit or if that's really what's it. But it don't sound good, and of course, Lance Pugmire, I guess the spokesman for this fight, came out and said this. Hold up. And salute to Fight Hype, too. It's kind of, you know what? That's staticky as hell.
between co-undefeated champions Errol Spence Jr. of Texas and Terrence Crawford of Nebraska. I am told today that basically the fight is at hand of being made official. According to, I have to read some of this because some of it's sensitive matter. According to an individual familiar with the negotiations, but unauthorized to speak publicly about them due to the sensitivity of the talks, attorneys are for both parties are now doing what's called documenting the agreement, just basically going over the final bits of language to get a deal done. And I'm told that an announcement for this fight could happen within a matter of days. It's that close. In recent days, the sides came to terms on what was basically seen as the last major obstacle to this deal, which was the splits for a rematch. Both men have the opportunity in defeat to invoke a rematch in a bout that many expect to be actually a greater financial success, given the skill that we know, the high quality of the fight.
Now, with that, let's say whoever wins the first fight, do they renegotiate for the second fight, or is this thing already set in stone? You know what I'm saying?
Expect for, in this November 19th bout, because of the talents of Errol Spence Jr. and Terrence Crawford. Again, the date for the first fight is expected to be November 19th in Las Vegas. At this point, it is it's uncertain which network is going to get it, as both Fox and Showtime are aggressively pursuing the rights to stage this pay-per-view bout. While the talks have been agonizingly long, we've learned from two sources very close to the situation that one of the issues that dragged this thing out for as long as it did had to do with Terrence Crawford's ties to alleged Irish drug cartel leader Daniel Kinahan. PBC head and Spence advisor Al Heyman wanted absolute assurance, insisted upon absolute assurance that Kinahan had no financial involvement in the fight, for good reason.
Yeah, that was something that Steven Espinoza said early on, that this guy cannot be involved with this fight. And one would imagine early on that this was likely what was drawing this thing out. They had to make sure, PBC Al Heyman had to make sure that Bud and then wasn't still in ties with Irish mobster Daniel the Killer Kinahan. So yeah, let's see.
We know that the U.S. Treasury has an intense focus on Kinahan as he's holed up in the Middle East. And we know that there's been intense scrutiny of those who have done business with Kinahan. Both Tyson Fury and the boxing trainer Ben Davison have basically been not allowed to leave the UK for the US based on the information that we've had from several sources, based on their connections to Kinahan. Sources told me that Heyman was tempted, actually, because of his discomfort with Kinahan's involvement, to walk from the negotiations, but he ended up receiving sincere assurances that Kinahan was not going to be financially involved in this fight. And again, Heyman wanted Errol Spence, his fighter, to be in position to gain, this legacy victory and stand as an undisputed welterweight champion and earn his greatest purse ever. He was ultimately satisfied, as I said, that the Kinahan factor is not a factor and this fight can proceed. So again, I am told that an announcement for this fight could be as close as quote unquote days away. And obviously this is great news for boxing fans who have looked to see this generate these generational talents square off and establish exactly who is the undisputed king of the glamour welterweight division. Thank you so much.
Yeah, salute the Fight Hype, salute the Lance Pugmine for that information, man. This is about as good as it's gonna get, right? Despite what some other platforms been saying, this is about as good as it's gonna get. The major holdup, one of the major holdups for the fight was Daniel Kinahan. They wanted to make sure that this dude wasn't involved. because that could be really, really, really bad for business if we're honest. It don't seem like they really rolling out the red carpet for Bud. He's a visitor. He's a visitor. So, yeah, that's that, man. We should be expecting an official announcement within days. So I should say Saturday, maybe we should hear something about this fight. Then we got to get to promote. Now your boy Bushido already been promoting this fight for the better part of 3 or 4 years. So, I've been doing my part. But Bomac also had an interview. And, he seemed to be getting pretty annoyed by the guy that was asking these questions. But Bomac pretty much said that he feels that Errol Spence and Jermell Charlo is pretty much the same. I thought that was pretty interesting. Hit that like button. What's going on, Cyril? LT, I see you in the building. What's going on? Dragon Leg. What's good? Yeah, Bomac said that Jermell Charlo and Spence is pretty much the same. Like the guy tried to gold Bomac into really giving Spence. He said Spence is a great fighter, but he said that him and Jermell is pretty much the same. You know what I'm saying? But they did one thing I noticed though when dude asked about Boots Ennis. It was slight like hesitation. It wasn't the chopping block. Like Bomac usually said. I'm just being honest. He didn't say put him on a chopping block. Nah, man. He didn't say it like that, man. Boots Ennis, hey, he could be tough, man. But yeah, what else we got? Before I open up the panel, let you guys get your thoughts on it. He said, LT says, that's a contradiction, Bushido, from Bernie's words of no purse. Heyman said biggest purse. Yeah, for Spence, though. For Spence. You said Jermell have way more power. Yeah, man. Jermell be hurting dudes. You know what I'm saying? I'm reading some of these comments. Yeah, let me see. So the fight is imminent, man. I mean, we heard stories that Bud's getting a low cut. We heard that Spence still ain't signed his side of the contract. Now, this isn't stuff that Lance Pugmire, these type of guys are saying, but this is more like, underground dudes are saying. Guys like Bernie and, you hear rumors that Spence ain't signed a contract. I don't know if that's really a thing. I'm not really going to make that into a big issue. But whatever the case, we expect an announcement within the next couple of days. And I'm going to just leave it at that in regards to that. Because everything else, whatever new narrative or whatever else anybody try to push, it would be moot at this point. Because this fight, if it gets announced, then what's the point of all that bullshit? You know what I'm saying? So we should be expecting an official announcement within days. I already knew they weren't gonna really let this fight go. They Kinahan was the issue. They tried to lowball Bud. They tried to lowball Bud out of the fight, but Bud took what they was offering him in the end, right? We don't know what that quite is just yet. We don't know. But he took it, and now we're gonna see if we got a fight, man. We're gonna see if we got a fight. Y'all already know my breakdown of the fight. I already gave it thousands of times already. I got Crawford stopping Spence somewhere around the 9th round or something. But should be a really great fight, though. Let me go ahead and get ready to open up this panel. Y'all hit that like button for your boy. What's going on, baby Juju? I see you in the building. Hold on, let me put this link in here. See anybody want to come in and give their thoughts on what they may have heard. You said Boots looks the part, still needs better competition. Yeah, I know, bro. See, Boots definitely, bro. It'll be hard to deny him. You know what I'm saying? He looks like he has it all. But we need to see him in there with a guy where he feels that guy's aura from across the ring. You know what I'm saying? Where he feels that guy aura. You know what I'm talking about when I say aura. You could feel it. Like, oh man, this motherfucker's strong. You just feel it. Now, Boots ain't felt that yet. You know what I'm saying? He ain't felt that yet. We got to see him when he in there feeling that. What's going on, LT? What's going on, D Young? What's going on, brother?
Hey, Cheeto, I got a question for you.
What up?
So, why is it right that you run with the narrative that Bernie says, oh, that Crawford's getting this short end of the stick, and that in the rematch he's still going to be the B side, but see, you don't run with the narrative when Mike Carpenter, a boxing insider, says the contradiction. He says that the winner will be the A side in the rematch, and then you have Lance Pugmire, a direct source of Floyd Mayweather Jr. of the PBC, saying stuff like, "Oh, that's going to be the biggest purse ever," and you say, "Oh, that's the biggest purse for Spence." How's that the biggest purse for Spence? You don't think it'll be the biggest purse for Crawford? You don't think they'll give Spence a purse and they won't give Crawford a purse? How realistic do you think that is? So I want you to answer that question.
Hold up. Winner will earn majority of revenue for the return bout if it happens. So Bernie says, okay, now I forgot about this part. All right.
Yes.
Forgot about this part. Bernie said that Crawford is getting a low cut, but according to Mike Cappinger, remember Mike Cappinger, he said that Crawford or the winner will get the majority of the revenue for the return bout.
Mm-hmm. What?
I don't know.
Huh?
I said, I don't know.
That's what I'm trying to say. I'm saying, Besido, come on, baby. You going for the narrative that fits. If the shoe fits, you gonna run with it.
Hell no. Look, it sounds fucked up. Okay.
That's what I'm saying. Besido, come on. Let's just be real. Do you really think? I mean, just be real. Let's be honest. Do you really think that they're not gonna guarantee a purse to both these fighters and a fight of this magnitude? And do you really think that Crawford would accept something like that? Like, we know Crawford's about his paper. Do you really think he would not accept a purse for this fight? Come on, G. That doesn't even make any sense. That goes against his character.
Hey, I didn't give my thorough opinion on it, bro. I just reported the news. You know what I'm
Right, you didn't. Oh, but how come you didn't report the news of Mike Carpenter or Lance Pugmire?
Because I did. And plus, like I've been
You don't. Oh, excuse me. You report the news of Mike Carpenter. How come you report his news?
What, this right here on the screen?
Yeah.
Because we talked about it in the live stream. That's why. The last live stream we was in, LT, we talked about it.
Man.
Game box. Good.
What's going on, man?
It's good.
What's good with you?
What's up, Loyal? Loyal, get him, Loyal.
I'm about to get tag team real quick.
The shoe fits, huh?
Let's go.
Let's go.
Man, what's going on with y'all with that side capping about all this stuff, bro? This is bad. You know, we signed Bernie, man. What do you mean, who, man? Bernie coming out talking about they ain't getting no guarantee money and this, that, and the third. And now we finding out from credible sources that shit is taking long because they want to make sure Canahan don't have nothing to do with anything in this fight.
Well, he said one of the issues. One of
And you sound far away, fam. Background noise, yeah. There you go. Okay. I guess that was Lenore. Yeah. What you said?
Yeah. But wait, I forgot what you were talking about now. That shit was so loud.
I said something about Canahan, the delay of the fight.
Oh,
delay the announcement.
I mean, that was one of the issues. You know what I'm saying? That was one of the major issues. And then we would imagine that was. You could see it in Steven Espinosa's eyes that he was for real about that Canahan shit.
Yeah, they can't be involved with none of that. You know what I'm saying?
It's really not good business. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
This is just not good business at all. When the money linked to this guy, and then it's just not good business.
Yeah, but I had Bud Nephew today was commenting after I said something about it, and he himself was saying, "I told y'all Bud gonna get what he want." So all of this, him signing some deal with no guarantee money and all that stuff is false, fake.
Oh, so Trevion said that Bud got what he wanted.
Yeah. He said, Bud. He said, I told y'all Bud gonna get what he wanted. That's what he said. So, man, yeah. So I mean, think about it, bro. You talk about the biggest fight in the sport of boxing, and he's not gonna get any guaranteed money, bro. Stop. Just like There's no history of that. You know, even with them doing business with the likes of Conor McGregor or whoever. One thing about the PBC, they pay. I mean, they're not gonna try to do that. They just they did that shit because they was just trying to overshadow Triple G Canelo. That's why they did that shit. Came out with that shit, and they were just trying to overshadow Triple because nobody was talking about Triple G and Canelo after that news came out.
Hell no,
You
not
know
at
what I'm
all.
saying? Yep. So hey, we'll see. You know, we'll see.
Exactly. But you loyal. You see how they pick a narrative, and if it fits, they run with it, man.
Yeah, but Buff fans is having a rough time, man. It's been rough for them for the last couple months, man.
Come
It
on now,
has been
man.
because you know what it is.
Come
You know
on,
what
man.
you know what it is though, Bushido. What it is you guys cannot fathom that Buzz been the one holding up this fight. That's what it is. You guys. He's his boogeyman and this character that's been knocking everybody out, and you just can't be beat. But as soon as people say, "Hey, there's evidence supporting that he's just holding up the fight," whether right or wrong, you guys don't want to believe
So
it.
what? So what has Bud done to hold up the fight?
Easy, I'll tell you. I'll tell you easy. Why don't you get to take a look at all the shit he said in the past, right? When he was on
Okay.
TMZ talking about, the reason why Earl Spence won 60-40 is because, he feel like he could lose. So he wanna make sure that he cash out just in case he lose. But
Okay.
if it was
So
but hold on.
go
But
ahead.
if it was me, that wouldn't even matter, right? But then now it's time to fight, right? Now you hear Bomac in the background talk about, well, the reason why we should get 50-50 is because what Spence want to accomplish. He need that last belt from us. And it's
Okay.
like
Let me ask you this
that don't even
question.
uh-huh.
All right. So when you negotiate, does that
Uh-huh.
take time?
Of course it takes time.
Okay.
Absolutely.
So okay. Okay. So how is he holding the fight up? If that's what's supposed to happen, right? It's supposed to take
Because,
time when you're
because
negotiating, right?
I'm gonna tell you I'm gonna
You're
tell you
trying. They're
why.
trying to make as much money as possible, right?
Hey, I listen,
So
man.
you making
That's
this
that's
all right. This
okay.
is the thing, bro. You can't make
That's
that a
okay.
negative thing, bro.
No, no,
Negotiating
no,
is
no,
not a
no, no,
negative
no, no,
thing.
no, no. I didn't. I
So
no.
that's
You
that
said no.
argument
But
was
hold
kind
on,
of
hold on,
doesn't make
hold on,
any
hold on, hold
sense.
on, hold on. You said that. I didn't say that.
No, you
You
said
said that.
you
That's
said
not what
that.
I said.
What you
That's
say?
not what I said. Let me repeat what I said. I brought up what he said against about TMZ, and I'm showing how in the present day that he's contradicting what he said. He said
Hey,
that it
people
wouldn't
change their
matter
minds
about
all
him.
the time, bro.
Okay, then. So they don't say the nigga not holding up the fight.
You
And me
talking
only
about
say
He
this.
you
Hold
gave
talking
his
on.
about when it
mind,
comes
Since
down to and I'm
since
asking
this
for 50-50, bro. That's different.
bruh.
So
The,
since this
the,
guy talks about how long a fight should take, so we got Deontay Wilder and Tyson Fury. Did that take that
Yeah,
long to
but it
make,
takes
brother?
both parties. It
Hold
takes
on,
both
hold on.
parties, bro.
Did Triple G and Canelo number 3? Did that take that long to make, brother? How long did that
No, it
take to
didn't
make?
take long at all. It didn't take long at all. But that's
Okay
not the
then.
biggest fight in
Okay then.
boxing
So
either.
so so
That's
why did
not the
this take
biggest
so
fight in
long?
boxing either, bro.
So
It's
why did
not
this take so long?
because it's the biggest fight in boxing and it's a
This is
lot of
not.
money
This,
involved, a
oh,
lot of
so
cameras.
really.
So
So
listen,
y'all
this is
telling
not
me,
first of
even.
all,
all right, let me
first
say
of
this,
all,
bro.
go ahead.
So y'all telling me the guy coming over, so he coming to PBC, right? Right?
He's
He
not
left
coming
top
to
rank to come to
he ain't
PBC.
coming, but he ain't coming to PBC. But you can keep going.
It doesn't matter. He came to PBC to
Right.
get a fight with Spence. So he did come to PBC.
Actually, no, he didn't. Actually, he went to
Come
Showtime.
on, man.
No,
That you
no,
bullshit argue. You
hold
you
on,
No, no
speaking
one's
bullshit now,
bullshit.
bro.
No, no one's bullshit because see, let's get it straight. He didn't go to PBC. He could have long since went to PBC for the time.
So what?
Hold on, hold on,
So how
hold
did
on,
he
hold
get that
on,
fight
hold
with Spence,
on. Let me
bro?
let me let me let me no,
You
hold on.
you
Let me
now
let me let me.
you're some
No,
bullshit,
no,
bro.
I'm not.
That's
No, I'm
that's a
not.
little
Because we
childish
got
shit you doing
no,
now, bro.
no, no. It ain't.
You on some
It's no
childish shit,
because
bro. You playing
no,
games,
because you
bro.
guys know because you guys pick and choose and skip over
Ain't
shit.
nobody
So let's
picking choosing the
let's
shit. I'm
so
asking
let's
you a
go.
question.
So let's hold on. Let's go with the facts. Let's go with the facts, right? Once Spence and Ugas was announced after they had that whole WBA tournament shit, and then the fight got announced. Terrence Crawford had just got done fighting Sean Porter, maybe about a month before that, and he stood out and he could have fought somebody, and he didn't fight anybody. He waited until months later for that fight to actually happen, and then when the fight actually happened, he never went to PBC. He could have easily went to PBC, He took flights to Dubai to go talk to Daniel Kinahan. He went everywhere except to PDC.
Bro,
And
y'all
even
on that bullshit.
And even in the
Y'all on that
negotiations,
bullshit.
nope. Even in the
Yeah,
negotiations now, he's dealing directly with the network of Showtime. He's negotiating with the network of Showtime. So all of this,
Oh my God,
hold
man.
on a second. Because if he would have went to the PBC, because PBC and Showtime are two different things. If he would have went to the PBC initially, this fight would have been made already.
You don't know that. You don't know that.
Bro,
You don't say that,
you
bro.
speaking now you speaking.
Because he wants to stay
Stick it to him.
independent. Because he wants to stay independent. See, because going to the PBC means you sign with Al Heyman. That's like saying because Conor McGregor fought Floyd Mayweather, he went to the PBC, or because Sal Canelo Alvarez fought Caleb Plant, he went to the PBC. That's
Bro,
not true.
This
It's
is
not
his first
true.
time doing business with the PBC. Yeah, he do business with Showtime, but he left Top Rank. This is his first time doing business with them. Of course, this shit gonna take time.
But hold on now.
First time he's
Bro,
been
let
a
him
free
speak, bro.
Listen. Of course, this shit is gonna take time.
Agent. Say this the first time he's been a free agent. Don't say it's the first
Yeah,
time.
yeah. Of course, we all know that. We all know that, bro.
Obviously,
We know
bro.
where he been. We know that's obvious. I don't have to say that, bro. We know that. That's what I'm saying. But y'all keep using this shit. You keep using these talking points about Crawford is the hold up on the fight. Crawford, the man just sit there and said, okay, they want to make sure Kinahan ain't involved. They want to make sure. So it's like it got a lot more to do with Crawford. But of course he gonna go after the best. He gonna have to go after the best situation for himself, bro.
But hold on a second. I'm glad. See, you just said that, right? You're proving the point exactly. When the fight,
Okay, what point I'm proving?
I'm going to tell you.
Go ahead.
You just said we said it's Kinahan, right? Stephen Espinosa, Earl Spence, and Al Heyman don't have shit to do with Kinahan.
Okay.
Terrence Crawford does. So by default, just with that, it's him.
Okay,
holding
so
up
by
the fight
default,
because he could
but not directly.
hold on,
But not directly. It's by default, right?
Because he could have, when the fight was over with Ugas, and
he could have.
He could have just went to the PBC.
But man, y'all got them man jumping so many hoops, man, and doing all this and that. But Crawford got to do everything.
Smash what are you talking about? Wait, hold on.
No, I'm talking. Yeah. Speak, bro.
Wait a minute.
I'm here.
I hope you're not talking about him doing everything when it comes to fighting the best fighters, because he's obviously not doing that. There we go with that bullshit, man.
Listen. Hold on. Yeah, that's a whole different conversation. So what are you talking about, bro?
What are you talking about? You know what I'm talking about. You know what I'm talking about. You know what are you talking about? Fighting. You know what I'm talking about. The
talking about this fight, bro. That ain't got nothing to do. What are you talking? Man, come on, bro.
You talking about the Bumsy fight, right?
Lawyer, what was you saying, bro? Because I don't know what this guy talking about right
Yeah.
here.
You put your earmuffs on. Go ahead.
What I'm saying.
What are you talking about?
Listen to what I'm saying. What I'm saying is that when it was time to make the fight, after the Ugas fight was up, Crawford did everything in his power not to deal with PBC to make the fight. Let's just be honest.
Lawyer, can I speak on that right quick? Hold on. Let me speak on that right quick, because let me stop you right there. Because you say that he could have made that after the Ugas fight, he could have made that happen. Okay, so why couldn't it happen? Why couldn't that fight happen in spite of it before the Ugas fight? Because my stance on it was they paid Stanionis step aside money to make that fight happen, right? That Ugas fight happen, right? Okay, so why couldn't Earl go ahead and fight Crawford then?
Well, why would they do that? Hold on a second.
Why not?
Hold on. I'm going to explain it to you, right? Because you see, the problem is you guys think as fans, not as business owners. That's what the issue is. Now, if you have, let's just say you a manager and you got an artist, right? And you got one of the hottest artists in the game, and he's mainstream, right? Say, like, for instance, like a Jay-Z or something like that. And there's an underground. There's an underground artist, right? That was with someone else that wasn't as big, and now he's a free agent. If that underground artist don't want to sign to you, right? To you as the manager, are you going to do things in his favor to put him in a good position, or as the manager, to the superstar artist, or are you going to do things in the best of his favor? Because the best thing, because in order for this fight to be even as big as it is now, is because it's a history-making fight. If Errol Spence wins the fight, he's the first undisputed champ at welterweight in the 4-belt era. And if Terrence Crawford wins the fight, same thing, and he's going to make history because he's coming from 140 doing it to 147 doing it. So that's just smart business for them. Why would they do that and take away from the biggest fight? You always save the best for last, right?
My thing is, what if Ugas would have whooped his ass? I'm just saying, what if? I know we talking hypothetical. I'm just saying. But if this plan, lawyer, they talking about this whole plan that Spence had laid out and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? Shit happens in the midst of things. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, it didn't. But he's this guy that can foresee, you know what I'm saying, the future. He knew he was gonna whoop Sean Porter's ass. He knew he was gonna whoop. And that fight,
isn't that what all fighters are supposed to think about themselves?
What I'm saying. Listen to what I'm saying, though. Listen. Look at this fucking cheerleader back there in the background. This guy right here, man. Like, dude, like, come on, bro.
But you keep talking about. Well, hold on, brother. You keep talking about coulda, woulda, shoulda, bro. If had a fifth, we all be drunk.
There we go. Man, go ahead.
What you saying, good brother? What you saying, man?
Oh my God, man. Anyway, man, what I was saying is, when they met up, when they met up, now we all know the conversation. We ain't gonna go back and talk about that shit like that. Anyway, so when Crawford, when he was telling Crawford, when he said, use the point of, okay, you go get a belt. Crawford said, when I went and got a belt, y'all told me to go get a belt, I went and got a belt. You know what I'm saying? And everybody always saying that not Crawford, but Spence, he you know what I'm saying, he's a man of his word. He do what he say he gonna do and all this shit like that. The man went and got a belt, you know what I'm saying, and he did what he said he gonna do. It was no fight. You know what I'm saying? They saying Crawford should leave. He should have been left top rank. How do we know if he would have left top rank at that time, lawyer? I'm just asking you. How do we know? How do we know if that's what I'm saying?
No, we don't.
But people are saying he should have never re-signed with top rank. This man had listen, lawyer. He had a deal on the table that made him the highest welterweight, guaranteed money. At that time. He's not sure of what's gonna happen if he go to PBC. What would you have did in that same situation?
I would tell you what I would do, and I would have done exactly what most people who are successful do. Is they bet on themselves, right? They bet on themselves. You bet on yourself, and that's what Errol Spence did. And Terrence Crawford is a super uber confident fighter and person. I see that from him. So betting on yourself. Look, I don't got no problem with him doing whatever business he did to take care of his family. You know what I'm saying? You see a bunch of zeros like that on the contract, and a motherfucker give you a pen. Who can say? People can say, "Well, I wouldn't have signed that," but you don't know that. You know what I'm saying? You ain't in that position. All I'm saying is the reason why I said I feel, it's just my feeling, that he shouldn't have re-signed is because Top Rank and Bob Arum came out and said publicly that they killed the Manny Pacquiao fight for him back in the day, and the Manny Pacquiao fight, right, would have been. Because Terrence Crawford would have beat Manny Pacquiao. He'd have destroyed him. I believe that anyway.
Yeah.
The Manny Pacquiao
but see, that's a protection.
Let me finish my point, right? If Manny Pacquiao is leaving, because Bob Arum knew Manny Pacquiao was leaving because he tried to fight Amir Khan. They sued the investors that were going to invest in the fight, and then he sent him over to Australia to fight Jeff Horn, and then it was some bullshit that went on over there. So he knew Manny Pacquiao was leaving. If he would have had Terrence Crawford fight Manny Pacquiao, Terrence Crawford would be the A-side to everyone for years. So if you're the person that's handling your business is doing stuff, he's protecting someone else. Because see, by him protecting Manny Pacquiao shows that he doesn't have Terrence Crawford's best interest.
I agree with that.
So when I say he should have left Top Rank, it's for that reason. Because you've already been there. And then the second reason is you've seen that every great fighter who's been at Top Rank can do great matchmaking for you. They can bring you up. They can develop you. But when you become a star or a superstar, no more, because they try to give you a glass ceiling, and everything is about what they want for you. Where with the PBC, you don't have to deal with that. You know what I'm saying? The problem with the PBC, I'll tell you, the problem with the PBC is this: you got some bitch ass nigga fighters over there that don't, because they have the freedom to not be forced into a fight. They won't fight each other.
Thanks.
They won't fight the other person. You feel me? So what I've seen, listen, what I've seen from Errol Spence is everything that he said he was going to do, he did. The problem is he didn't do it on Terrence Crawford's time.
Preach.
The issue is it wasn't done on Terrence Crawford's time, but it's not Errol Spence's job to take care of Terrence Crawford's career. It's Terrence Crawford's job to take care of Terrence Crawford's career from a business standpoint. And sometimes upfront money ain't the best money.
The point I'm making, and the point I'm making. Oh my God, what the fuck?
You close your
man?
case.
Dude, what the hell?
But hold on, bro. Just calm
fuck
down,
is
bro.
this?
Get out your feelings, man. It's a
Man,
comedy
said
show.
that shit. Say that soft ass shit up, bro.
Come
Don't
Come on,
start
bro.
that.
Get
Don't
out your
start that.
feelings.
This man said
I'm
I'm in
not
my
worried
feelings.
about no feelings, bro.
Bro,
Yeah, I'm trying to.
Hold on, hold on,
hold on.
You over there cheerleading and talking about
Let's
getting my feelings. Bro, get out of
bro,
here, man.
hold on, bro.
Yeah,
This
like
is all in
I'm
jest,
talking
bro.
to
This
lawyer,
is,
bro.
this is, hold on, bro. This is all in
At this
jest.
point,
This is all in jest, bro. This is all in jest. You taking it personal.
hey, at this point, man, we just need to be
personal.
optimistic enough to hope that the fight happens, bro.
Bro, the fight's happening, bro. I mean, look.
All right, so
that's what I've been on, bro.
Earl, listen,
Bud
I
holding
already
up the
know.
fight. Both fighters held up the fight in. That's okay, because Spence has done a lot of shit to hold up the fight too.
Yeah, how can he hold up the bro? Let me ask
All
you a
right, bro,
question.
we're not gonna even go there. I'm just saying.
I want to ask you
I'm
a
just
question.
trying to clear this shit up because it's nonsense, bro.
I feel you, but I just want to ask you a question. If for instance, you got your own business, right, and you got a competitor across the street, right, and the competitor want to do something with you or whatever the case may be, are you gonna do things in the best interest for your competitor, for you guys to collaborate, or are you gonna do things in the best interest for yourself, your family, and your business?
It's all about how the business look. At the end of the day, it's going to determine how beneficial that collaboration is. So I mean, it all depends.
Okay. True. But as we know in the sport of boxing, as we've seen, unfortunately for the boxing fans in this day and age and generation, the longer the fights take to get made, the big fights, the longer they build, the more money they make. So why are we sitting around blaming the fighters about it?
Well, it ain't always a good thing neither, bro. Because
it ain't, because someone could lose, like Josh went wild, like someone could lose.
Look, tomorrow ain't promised, bro. And look, I don't want to look. I don't want to miss the fight, right? As an individual, right? Mm-hmm. Something can happen to me tomorrow, and I'm gonna be mad if fuck I didn't die, and I ain't get to see it.
Right.
Yeah.
You know, like I'm trying to see this shit, bro. Like,
right.
I get what y'all saying. Yeah, y'all say Bud is asking for this and asking for that, which I respect him because I will ask for what I want too as a man.
Right, exactly.
And I got a whole family. He got a big family too, so I get why he want to make his money. And and if he negotiating, you can't call that as a. I can see, okay, that will hold up the fight, but y'all making it seem like that's a negative thing, the fact that he asked for 50-50. I get, okay, I get what y'all saying. Okay, Spence has done what he did over the years to earn a little bit more than Bud, right? But Bud also has an argument on what he feel like he's actually worth as well, because the fighter won't be the biggest fighter in the world if Bud is not in that fight. So, I mean,
true.
At the end of the day, though, we just gotta be more positive about this shit, bro. Like y'all
true.
Trying to stress it up.
But think about this though. Right. Think about this though. Even though you say the fight won't be as big as it is without Bud don't have no other big fights. He don't have no one else.
Does Spence have any?
Who Spence had though? Or lawyer?
Steve. I mean, he could fight Boots. He could move up.
Bud can fight Boots.
Yeah,
well, we know he won't do that because that's the boogeyman.
Bro.
But Boots, we know he won't do that. We don't listen.
You don't know that.
But you said Bud won't do it, and Spence will.
Let me tell you something. We know he won't do that because one thing we can say about Terrence Crawford. Every time someone get on social media or say something about him, he be clapping back. Even that little ass Tank, he be clapping back. But when Boots and his pops came on, Bud, that's a fact. Someone say something about Bud. He be coming on Twitter. He be clapping back and talking shit.
Did he not?
So,
Did
I
he
know
not?
one
Did,
thing
did he not
when it
say he
comes-
will fight Boots?
Yeah, in an interview when he's asked, when asked
But
him,
have Spence ever said? But have Spence ever said? Listen, lawyer. Has
Mhm.
Spence ever said he'll fight Boots?
Nope, he didn't. Nope.
Right.
And get
So
what?
that's
And
what I'm
Boots,
saying.
and Boots called out Spence
Nope.
before too.
No,
Right.
he called him
I mean,
out.
I mean,
He can't. Yeah.
that's
So
two
what
big
the
fights
big
on the
difference?
table.
Listen, the difference is Boots and his pops came on the internet and said, we do everything better than him. We do everything better than him. They said they disrespected his skills. They said the nigga ain't a real switch hitter and all that. And you know what, Bud? Dude,
Man,
you
they
know
didn't talk about Bud. They didn't talk about Spence too.
They don't talk about all of
The
them.
thing is, bro, who
Talked about Keith
responded?
Thurman. They talked about all of them.
Right, let Jamel Charlo just say, "Hey, Earl Spence, the #1 pound for pound fighter." Bud Crawford will be right on to social media talking about, "Oh, I'm ready to f you up next," and this, that, and the third.
Let me ask you something right now, lawyer. Let me ask you something right now, lawyer. Will you go after the fights that really count, or are you going after those fights just to prove something? Because right now it's a legacy thing when it comes to Bud.
No. I
So
don't want him to fight nobody else.
Wait. I gotta stop you right there. We throw that on him, right? It ain't a legacy thing, bro. That nigga's out for bread. Charlo brings bread.
Man.
Spence brings bread.
Charlo won't be a legacy fight,
Oh
bro.
my god.
It
Oh
is
my
a-
god.
Hey,
He ain't fighting for legacy.
y'all not using. See, y'all romanticize the situations, right?
Right.
Girl. You get up, you go to work for what?
Bread.
All right, so you expecting him? He wasn't.
Two things can be true though, bro. Two things can be true.
Just hear me out. He wasn't asking 50-50 for legacy. He was asking 50-50 for what?
For bread.
For money, right? So with all these guys, with the top guys that's been in Cheeto, I heard you say, "Oh, fuck out of here, Cheeto."
Nah.
But with all
crazy,
these top guys, what they look at, okay, this guy is capable of beating me. And mind you, they know. Spence knows that Crawford can beat him. Crawford knows that Spence can beat him. And they look at, okay, Boots is capable of beating me. Okay, I'll make $4 million with Boots. I'll make $20 million with Bud. I'll make $15 million with Thurman. Okay, I'm just looking at Thurman and Crawford. I'm looking at, okay, I can make $10 million with Charlo. I'm just looking at Thurman, Charlo, and Spence. I'm not worried about no kid. No kid, I'm gonna make the same amount of money that I would make cooking fucking Kel Brook. Fuck, like, what is the point? And mind, I'm on the boost now, but 1 + 1 is 2. I'm looking at the bread. He's 35 years old. Right. He's got like 6 kids.
Right.
But that's what I'm saying. YSM, that's what I'm saying. That's why I say YSM. That's why I say two things can be true, because he can be going out the legacy and the money. You getting both. You know what I'm saying? When
but
you fight.
But it's not true, because on the Porterway podcast, when they asked him, "Do you need to fight Errol Spence?" he said no.
His hands already been casted, right? Hold on. Has his hand been casted or not?
What about Terrence Crawford saying, "I don't need"?
Let me finish. Porter said there's certain people that you just get up for to fight. He said Keith Thurman was mine, Earl Spence was mine, and he asked Terrence Crawford, "Does Earl Spence do that for you?" He said no, and Sean Porter looked shocked. Then he said, "Why not?" And the dude said, "Because I could go to the Hall of Fame. I don't need Spence, so it ain't about
his hand already been casted. His hand already been casted.
The thing is, he's a Hall of Famer already. So I don't want to hear, like, I'm not getting on him about legacy. I'm not one of those dudes. I get up for money as well. I want to do a good job, but I like nice things. That $25 to $30 million is what you getting up. So that's 2 paydays of $25 to $30 million or $4 million to $5 million fighting Boots. Come on, man. What are we talking about?
Hey, YSM. But hey, Lord, you look, check this out though. How many times did Earl say, "We ain't worried about no Crawford. He take what we give him. We ain't worried about no Terrence Crawford. We take what we give him."
But hold on, brother. But where did that come from? Hold on, where did that come from though? Hold on, you say that, but where did that statement originate from?
Bro, where did it come from? Tell me.
Okay, I'm gonna tell you where it come from.
Yeah.
Terrence Crawford was on the Ark and Barack show. This is about a week or two before Spence fought Danny. He was on the Ark and Barack show, and he's the one who started, "I don't need him. Who is he?"
Right.
And what did Earl Spence do after he got finished with Danny Garcia? He said, "Oh, well, I thought he said he don't need me, so I don't need him. I'm gonna go chill in my ranch in Texas."
After
but it was Terrence Crawford who started that.
How would you feel after chasing somebody for 5 years? How would you feel?
No.
Yes, it is. Yes, it is.
That's
Yes, it
that's
is.
that's
Yes,
not
it
the
is.
point.
How would
You
how would you
told me
feel?
where it came from.
How
It
would
was
you
Terrence
feel?
Crawford
Would
who
you
started
feel
that
to the
bullshit.
point where you like, I'm
It was
sick of this
Terrence.
shit. I'm sick of all these running arounds. I gotta
But
jump through these
hold on,
hoops. I gotta
hold
leave
on.
my I
Hold
gotta
on.
leave my
And
network
I can.
promotion when they don't did business with top rank before.
Bro, it was hold on. What I'm trying to tell you,
It don't
hey
happen
brother,
before, so
hey
it like
brother,
it couldn't happen.
hey brother. What I'm
Yeah,
trying to tell
yeah,
you is, it's
yeah.
Terrence Crawford
Right.
who started. I don't need your bullshit. And you know what else he did? And this is years back. He already started big dogging Spence. You know how? Because he was talking about how much money he made, and how Bomac came out talking about how much money he made, and how much more money he makes than Spence. They started that shit, dog, and was not Spence. They started the big dogging
It's
shit.
the fans that romanticize legacy and all that shit, right? Everything comes down to dollars. You ain't never noticed? Oh, everybody is scared of somebody until they become a draw. You ain't never noticed that? Everybody was scared to death, according to the fans, scared to death for Earl Spence. To that motherfucking show that he can sell out an arena or get you 200 to 300,000 pay-per-view buys. Now everybody want to fight. That's just how this works.
I think, but hold on, YSM, I think you're right, YSM, but I think that's half of the equation. I also believe that they was willing to do that because when he did pack out the stadium at Dallas Cowboy, what we saw right there, he didn't knock out Danny Garcia and Mikey Garcia, and a lot of those welterweights at that time, they were scared how they were going to lose to Errol
Ain't
Spence.
nobody scared of that plain Hogan, bro.
Look at how Danny Garcia. Look at how Danny Garcia jumped in the ring after the Sean Porter fight because he saw vulnerability in Spence.
No, he saw dollar signs. Earl wasn't bringing no bread. Earl was not bringing no bread.
I think he saw dollar signs and vulnerability. I think he saw
he saw vulnerability too. He was smiling. He was like, man,
he was smiling. You see his face. He was cheesing. He's like, I can get this dude.
So, right. Yep.
He saw both.
He saw vulnerability.
He was smiling hard. I was like,
damn, yeah, he was.
I was disappointed in Earl after that. I was like, damn, you got Danny jumping in here looking like
okay,
that.
Okay, we don't be check this out. We don't be managers, we don't be managers and shit like that. Now let's talk about the fight now. At this point, Earl, he's never seen nobody like Crawford, just like Crawford never been in the ring with nobody like Earl. At this point, true. Both of those gonna be in the ring with the best fighter they ever been in the ring with. So this is the point. This is where we at now. Lawyer, you say the fight's gonna go down. I'm confident. I'm optimistic that this shit gonna happen. We've been waiting on everybody. I don't care if you're a Spence fan, Crawford fan. I'm a fan of boxing. I rock with Crawford, but I'm a fan of boxing. But man, we just want this fight, bro. So that's what we want to be talking about. That's what we at with this shit.
Okay, brother. I agree with you. Now break down the fight.
Wait, Lenore, I got something for you. With Quan, Cheeto, and Lenore, I had only been getting information from one side. Got information from the other side today. Yeah, y'all might as well book. Y'all might go book your shit, man.
Yeah,
so book Tuesday.
Okay, but hold on. But why is Sam? Why is Sam? According to the narrative, Spence would never sign the contract with Crawford.
Let's get past that.
Speak that shit. Speak that shit, YSM. Speak that shit.
Book your shit. It's going
that shit.
Yeah, it's going down.
Because that's what I like to hear. I like to hear that.
No, but I only heard
I'm tired of the bullshit. I'm tired of the bullshit.
I trust my side, but I was only hearing shit from the PVC side.
Well,
got to speak with the other side today.
Is this still going to be on the 19th?
Listen. I knew because someone that I know got like videotape what a Crawford people talking, and
I know what you're talking about.
Yep, and did it after this so-called guaranteed money stuff came out. So you know why, Sim.
It's different. It's different when you hear
niggas talking about secrecy.
It's different when you hear it from
negotiate. When you tell you book your shit.
Right.
Hey, yo, Bushido, what's good with you, bro? YSM, what up, man?
What up? Everyone subscribe to Boxing Gyms and YSM Sports Media.
Yeah. So
2 Chainz, what up?
Everybody else?
That's my boy Boxing Gym. What's up, bro?
Listen, man, let's talk about the fight, man. I'll tell you how I call it. Right? You ready? I'm going for Spence. I'm going for Spence with a stoppage. I believe that in this fight, whoever wins is going to win by a stoppage. In this fight,
I agree.
I believe whoever wins this fight is going to win by a stoppage. So I pick Spence, and I'm gonna tell you why I pick Spence. Because I feel first I want to see I feel like the way the fight's gonna go is gonna go similar to the Kell Brook fight, but it's gonna end quicker than the Kell Brook fight because there's a lot more bad blood with these guys, and Terrence Crawford is a smaller guy than Kell Brook, and I don't think he's gonna be able to stand up to the punishment overall. So I believe what's going to happen in this fight is Terrence Crawford and Errol Spence. They're going to, of course, feel each other out, and Terrence Crawford's going to have some good success in the beginning, going towards the middle of the fight with his boxing skills, and Errol Spence is going to stay steady on what he does. And I'm gonna tell you guys this right now: if Terrence Crawford don't catch Errol Spence with something in between one of his punches, where he hurts him, where he's visibly wobbled, or he's hurt or apprehensive, Terrence Crawford is going to take the beating of his fucking life.
Hey, can I say something? Can I say something real quick? Hey, lawyer, let me holler at you real quick, lawyer. Since you said that, now we talking about this fight, so you just gave your opinion on what's gonna happen and how you feel that this shit gonna go down. Now, with that being said, with a motherfucker like Terrence Crawford, and I'm sure Earl Spence don't study everything when it comes to him. You think that he's gonna take that same approach that he took in the past, going into with a motherfucker with the timing and with the movement like Terrence Crawford and the counterpunching ability? He's gonna hold on, bro. Goddamn, bro. Get out your feelings, man. I'm just talking.
That's what I said. I'm not even a Spence fan. I'm keeping it a beat. He ain't got no other approach. He played Hoagie. What else can he do?
Oh,
straight up and down.
Wait. You see how you said, I agree with that.
I thought that was Lenore. Lenore be goddamn coming, boy. Lenore be jumping, man. Like,
no.
Yes, you do, Lenore, man, bro. Lenore, let me ask you a question. Hold on. Lenore, did you get mad when Earl Spence said he didn't need to become undisputed no more? Did you get mad when he said that?
No, I don't remember. I think if he said, yeah, I'll get mad at that.
No, he probably was excited because Bud gonna whoop his ass.
So let me tell you why. Okay, since you guys get on me, let me tell you why I feel.
Now let a Crawford fan tell why, because I don't want them to have both Spence sides and then they finish it out. Let a Crawford.
Okay. You're right. Go ahead.
Yeah, no. What I'm saying is, when a guy like Earl Spence, you know what I'm saying, he's gonna take that same approach that he took with everybody else when he get in the ring, like with a motherfucker like Crawford, with the counter punching ability, with the timing, the punches that you don't even see coming, the movement, shit like that. You think he gonna just go bum rushing, try to get them body punch? You think he gonna have a lot of that high rate that he usually have with other guys with Terrence Crawford? You think he's gonna do that same shit with Terrence Crawford?
Absolutely.
Yes, and he's gonna get sparred.
That's why.
And he's gonna get caught.
Let me break it down for you.
I got a question for you.
Yes, no
does
choice,
everything behind. Listen,
that's
he does
what he do every
behind
time.
the jab, though. It's a difference.
Right,
it's not like he coming here just swinging for the fences. He does everything behind the jab, and he's disciplined. And on the flip side, we've seen that Terrence Crawford has issues with people with jabs.
And is that not the
listen, hold on.
Knockout.
And on top of it, listen. On top of it, Spence is a southpaw. So, for instance, when he fought Kell Brook, I'm talking about Terrence Crawford. He ain't win no rounds until he knocked him out and won the fight. So I had Kell Brook up 3, and then Terrence Crawford finished him in the 4th. But in an orthodox position,
of course you would have.
That's not official though.
Y'all saying
that's your scorecard, bro.
That's cool. Terrence Crawford, what he showed me in that fight was that for him to be a pound-for-pound boxer, he was not able to stop a jab in one style. He was not able to make an adjustment. But let me finish. His adjustment to stopping Kell Brook's jab that was about to close his eye within 3 rounds was to go southpaw to take the angle of that jab away from him. He did not make a
Not really.
Let me just emphasize this part again. He did not make a defensive adjustment like duck. He didn't make a defensive adjustment like move his feet to not get hit with the jab. He didn't make a defensive adjustment.
He probably wasn't worried about the jab.
Hold on a second. Well, you be worried about something. Your fucking eye is closed. What you mean he wasn't
probably
worried about
wasn't.
it?
Loyal.
So fam don't like.
You know what that kind of reminds me of? And this is why I say Bud switch hits to get the advantage, but he doesn't naturally switch it. Like, for example, Lloyd, remember when he got hit by Gamboa and he switched stances in the middle of a fucking fight?
It's funny y'all all bring up Gamboa like that's
I don't care about the Gamboa.
You gotta go all the way.
No. I understand. The only reason why I'm bringing up Gamboa is
every one of EJ last fights. He got sparked. He got tagged. Every one of his last fight.
Hold on. What I just want to say is this. Guys, let's try to stay on topic with us talk about the fight because I don't want to talk about Gamboa and the soap opera shit and all that shit. Let's stay on topic and let's talk about what we think is going to happen in the fight.
Right. I don't think y'all.
What's going to happen in the fight?
Y'all watching that film, bro.
Well, let's come in how he do. He's going to try to take over the first couple of rounds. He's going to throw his little jab, and Bud's going to counter him and hit him with something. EJ going to wake up and try to muscle his way in the same way he does anytime he gets sparked, and then he's going to get knocked out.
That's how I feel too. That was my question to them. Let me ask you this question, Lord, to the game. When Spence gets hurt, what does he do after that?
Don't say when, say if.
When he's going to get hurt. He's going to get hurt.
How many fights we seen him hurt in?
Okay, if he get hurt,
he's got rocked.
It doesn't matter, bro. It doesn't matter how I ask the question. If Spence get hurt, what does he do next?
Well, he'll do what he did in the Emmanuel Larte fight, right? Because I seen it. He's still gonna fight with heart, and he's gonna press forward and fight.
That's gonna get him hurt.
Nah, he meant.
But listen to what I'm saying. What I said initially is that that's the way Terrence Crawford would beat him. Is that he would have to hit him with something to hurt him, and
he's gonna hurt the man, bro.
With something, and Errol Spence, because Terrence Crawford's a great finisher. But the question is this. Now, here's another question to ask yourself: what happens if Errol Spence doesn't get hurt when he gets hit by Terrence?
He's gonna get outboxed.
No. What happens if he doesn't get hurt, and what happens if Terrence Crawford takes a punch and he gets hurt? Based on what we've seen.
Yeah, but guess what? We've seen Bud get hurt and make an adjustment and win fights.
Right.
Okay.
He doesn't have that experience. So I mean, we already know what Bud can do if he gets hurt. That's not a question.
Right. Okay, but my question, hold on. My question is, what happens? Like he said, he put on the other foot. He said, what happens if Earl doesn't get hurt? Well, then what's
he gets outboxed?
Okay, wait a minute.
Because guess what?
Because you know what I've been seeing? I've been seeing a lot of Bud fans picking Bud by stoppage, but I have yet to see any of those fans really picking by a points decision. And I think you know why.
Because these are all around.
Hey, bro.
Fundamentals. Hold on.
But y'all use latte as a Bud is not latte, bro.
That wasn't the point.
All right.
I'm not saying Bud's latte.
What point did you make?
No, I can't make a point if you guys keep jumping on my case. That's what I'm saying. The fundamentals, the jab, and the activity is going to be too much for Terrence Bud Crawford to outbox Spence. He has to knock him out. That's the only chance he has.
What makes you think it'll be too much for Bud, bro? What makes you think that it'll be too much for Bud?
I'll tell you why it'll be too much for Bud.
Why is that?
Because Errol Spence pressure will not bust Bud Crawford's pipes.
Yeah, first off, hold on a second. Hold on. This is why with Terrence Crawford. Hold on.
Man, you've been getting yours. You've been cutting people off.
This is why Terrence Crawford fans. This is why y'all guys are delusional,
one of the best announcers, one of the best voices in boxing on YouTube. Is that what he said? Yes or no?
What did he say?
Let's be honest.
Wait, who?
So what?
Listen, I don't know what you're talking about, fam.
You don't know what I'm talking about when your boy said that Errol Spence pressure won't bust Bud Crawford's pipes. Pause. You don't remember him saying that?
Who are you talking about?
I don't know what you're talking about.
bro.
Yeah, who said that?
Blue.
Blue.
Oh yeah,
Blue said
that. What?
Nigga, that's not. Hold on. Nigga, that's not our boy.
Listen, first off, listen, everyone has a different opinion. My opinion is different than Blue. Ladar's opinion is different than mine. I can't go off of what someone else said. I can't answer for that. What I can answer for is talk about what the fuck gonna happen in the fight now, right? And here's the thing. Y'all sitting up.
But y'all think it's only pressure though, bro.
Hold on 1 second.
Y'all keep talking about pressure.
Y'all think that for some reason that Terrence Crawford can't get hurt by Errol Spence for some reason. Like,
no,
ain't nobody ever said that. I never said that, bro.
But y'all
act like Spence can't get hurt by Crawford.
I never said that. I just told you. You asked me a question. I explained what Spence did when he got hurt by Larte. I gave you an example.
And I just told you that Bud is not Larte.
One at a time.
Okay, but my question has not to do with if Bud is Larte. My question is, what happens if Bud gets hurt? What happens then? Because Spence is not gonna. Well, see, Spence don't have the type of hurt you power the way that Bud has, in a way where he hits you with this sharp punch like Bud does that you don't see coming, and you fucked up in days. Spence got the type of power to hurt you like he did to Ugas, where he's punching through your guard, he's punching through your arms, through your ribs, through your head, all of that. So, what happens if the accumulation of that shit on? Look at Bud, little skinny ass right here, right? Let's see. So what happens when a motherfucker the size of
he a true welterweight now.
Yeah, he is a true welterweight, but he's still that guy because
he boxes
Errol Spence. Listen, when Errol Spence came to welterweight,
what are you talking about?
What happened when Spence lunged in?
When Errol Spence came to welterweight, he fought at 154 for a couple fights and brought his weight down. Terrence Crawford is coming. He came into boxing fighting at 135 and moving up. So these two guys are not really the same size. If you want to be honest, they're not. They're not the same size. Seriously. So
size is the only thing that matters in the fight.
No, I didn't say that. What I'm saying that is it's gonna matter if he's taking an accumulation of punches like Ugas did to the body, to the arms, to the ribs.
Bro, let me ask.
But y'all missing the point.
Let me answer. What happens?
A welterweight.
Hey, go ahead, Boss Jim.
Yeah, let me answer. What happens when they get hurt? Bro, how are we really supposed to know that aside from saying the same thing when they've been hurt before? For Spence, the round ended. So we don't know how he will recover in the ring. Again, the round ended 9 seconds later against Larte. For Crawford, he knows how to control distance, he knows how to clinch. But we still don't really know. So I mean, it's like an impossible question to answer, but you keep asking it.
Right.
Okay. Who's asking?
Look, my point. Hold on, real quick, my brother. My point when I came in, I was when you were saying it's gonna end in knockout. You know, statistically, these fights don't end in knockouts hardly any of the time. It's it's rare that these fights end in knockouts.
Yeah, but you got to look at the style matchup, and you got to also look at what's on the line. And both of these guys are going in there to try to knock each other's heads off.
I'm saying it's been all types of
going in to do. And the second thing is, one thing we know about Errol Spence, this is something you Crawford fans don't want to admit to. One thing we know about Errol Spence is no matter what fight that he's in, he's going to be active. And he's going to throw close to 800 to 1,000 punches, no matter what fight that he's in. And the question is with Terrence Crawford is that he starts slow, right? The guy, he does start slow to get data, right? So he starts slow. And in the beginning, in collecting his data, he gets clipped quite a bit before he collects his data. That's just the truth. Ain't no one's knocking him. That's the truth,
bro. Activity is based on proximity, fam. If you control distance from the outside, you're gonna deplete somebody's volume. Ask Floyd Mayweather Jr. Ask Crawford in some of his previous fights. He's already shown he could do that. Ask Pernell Whitaker. Like, bro, they all were good at doing this. That's why Sean Porter didn't throw 700 punches against Crawford. He threw what, 400, 500?
Right.
Facts.
So he decreased his output by 200 punches, bro. So that's how you know. Well, okay, look, put it like this: if Spence throws his regular volume, he's probably winning the fight. If he doesn't, he's probably losing.
That's
good point.
Good point.
Okay,
I'll bank on him throwing his.
And another thing too, if you're throwing punches, because like you said, Bud is good with creating the distance. So let's say Spence does throw those punches, and also just say he's not landing or he's not hitting them. That's going to get Spence tired as hell. When you throw punches and you're not landing, that drains you, bro.
Facts.
That drains the shit out of you. So he go ahead.
I'm just saying. Well, first off, you're 100% right on your assessment about that. But when have we seen in the beginning of fights where Bud Crawford at welterweight's been using all this great footwork where no one's been able to hit him? Everyone's hitting him in the
Sean
beginning.
Porter, bro.
Everyone's been able to hit him.
bro.
Sean
Porter. Sean Porter. What are you talking about?
I mean, Jeff Horn was hitting him in the beginning of fights. I mean, this is just
bro,
listen, bro. This is just the patterns that we see. If you guys can't be honest about the patterns you see in your own fighter,
you're not being
honest. No, he is.
Let me tell you this too, bro.
Look at this.
You got
said
the glasses on.
that in your opinion, Bud was losing the fight before he stopped the dude. So if EJ is even winning, he still can be stopped. So even in your opinion, EJ could be winning round 1, 2, 3, 4, and then get stopped in round 5.
Deontay Wilder does that.
Hold on, brother. Hold on. Let me get in on this. But what he just said.
It's never happened to Bud.
Hold on, brother. Wait a minute. So you said that Errol Spence could basically get stopped at any point of the fight. That's what you're saying.
Facts.
Okay, and let me tell you why I don't think that's going to happen. That's not going to happen because by the time they get into round 6 and 7, it's going to be too much punishment. When you saw, for example, Kell Brook was up for the first 5 rounds, and as the fight started to go on, Errol Spence started to come on stronger and stronger and took over. He couldn't take it anymore. Same thing. Hold on. Same thing with Ugas. So Terrence Crawford, the naturally smaller man, is only going to be able to take so much punishment before he will not be able to continue.
It's Kell Brook fleet-footed.
He ain't slew-footed.
So my thing is this, bro. If he's fighting Bud, bro, you think Bud's gonna be beat up by 6 rounds?
I think it's very a small man like Terrence Crawford, bro. He fucking broke Ugas down.
Small, bro.
Ugas, hold on, I want you to go back to the fight. Ugas was pretty much done after the 5th or 6th round, yo. You don't think
he's not fleet?
You keep saying comparing him. You can't compare him to Ugas. That's not Ugas.
Is Ugas and Terrence Crawford
is comparable to Bud?
No, I'm not saying that. I'm not saying that.
Ugas stood right there in front of him, bro. Ugas stood in the phone booth with him, bro.
Hold on.
It's a bad
hold on. All we're trying to say is he will not be able to take the same type of punishment like the huge man in Ugas could. That's what we're saying.
Really?
You guys don't understand. No, he will not be able to take it. He can't.
Endurance plays a big role.
Well, he
did, and he'll take away his endurance.
Both of these guys have great endurance. Both of these guys have
who has the best endurance? EJ
or
Bud?
Errol Spence.
Both of them.
How?
Where do you
get that from other than
if I'm going to be honest, I'm going to tell you why. If I'm going to be honest, I would have to say Errol Spence because Errol Spence throws way more punches than Terrence Crawford does throughout 12 rounds.
That means
if athlete. You don't see EJ out there playing ball. You don't see him being
that has nothing to do with stamina.
You don't see EJ doing a lot of shit. What are you talking about, bro?
You don't see him in the ring fighting every round and decide when to take one on or off. EJ go and he'll take a break. He does that with people who stand right in front of him.
That's exactly why. You know what? Brothers like you is exactly why I have confidence that Terrence Crawford's going to lose the fight.
It's going to stop, bro.
We never seen
why he would win the fight.
It's
like a fantasy or something. Like, what are we talking about? He takes a break, this, that, and the third. In a boxing ring, look how many punches Errol Spence averages.
And there's a lot of background noise.
Rounds, and then look how many punches Terrence Crawford throws. Terrence Crawford is a very a conservative puncher. He doesn't throw a whole lot of punches. He tries to throw the punches that count, and he's constantly trying to keep you at the end of your jab. At the end of his jab. If you look at Terrence Crawford, when he fought Sean Porter, he only landed 20 punches through 5 rounds, according to CompuBox, because he doesn't throw a lot of volume. Errol Spence will land and throw 20 punches within the first 2 rounds of a fight. So if we're talking about endurance, and who has the best endurance,
me.
No, I'm not. I agree with you. I'm not.
And Bud will few and knock him out.
Have you seen?
Shout out. So shout out to the brother. Shout out to YSM. But you guys do that same tactic on us when you said we just haven't seen it. Remember how y'all said Spence can only win by using his jab and putting that pressure. That's the only way Spence could win because that's all you ever seen. We're saying the same thing. All we've ever seen from Errol Spence is throw a high number of punches and not get tired. We haven't seen it from Crawford yet, so we have to assume that Spence has a better gas tank. Is that not fair?
No, that's not fair.
Is that not fair?
No,
I don't care.
Wait a minute. I about the same scenario.
Hold on, let him rebut that. Let him come back.
Listen, bro. You haven't seen either one of these fighters get tired. So just to assume that Crawford would get tired if he threw more punches is bullshit. Plus, we saw him throw a lot of punches versus Mean Machine. He wasn't tired, bro.
Okay, let me respond to what you and let me respond. I'm saying that's the same predicament. That's the same argument you guys used against us. We just said we haven't seen it, so of course we're gonna go with Spence. And let me also tell you this: you guys say you haven't seen him really box. Was he not boxing with Lamont Peterson on his toes? I mean, that was a different Spence that I've seen. I saw a different Spence and he was being patient. And selecting his punches and all that. But all I'm saying, but I mean, that's hold on. All I'm saying is that's
old ass Lamont Peterson.
All I'm saying,
it don't even matter.
No. I'm telling you, you guys use the same. You guys said we have not seen Errol Spence not put the pressure in to be able to win a fight. That's what you guys basically said. So all I'm saying is I'm rebutting that and saying the same thing. We have not really seen Terrence Crawford throw as many punches, so we got to assume that Errol Spence has a better gas tank. I'm doing the exact same thing you guys did.
Well, let me ask you this.
Yeah, that's what they did.
It's a terrible analogy.
All I'm saying is
like that.
No, but boxing, hold on. They did that though, right? Maybe I'm not sure. I don't think you were here, boxing gents, but that's what they did. I don't know if you were here.
All I'm saying, I think they both have great endurance. I don't think that's really a question of it. When I was asked to choose who, I gave reasoning why. Because I've seen one guy throw 1,000 punches through 12 rounds. You have to have a lot of endurance.
Hold on. Let me rebut that real quick. He throwing all these punches against guys that ain't really fucking moving. Bro.
Yeah, but the question is about endurance.
I just said that same shit, Bushido.
Listen, Bushido, can you go out there right now and throw 1,000 punches and not be winded?
I mean, but shit, he's a world class.
Bushido's not a boxer.
But the question is about endurance. Is what you guys are missing. It's not about who he's throwing the punches at.
But you can't gauge that off that though. You can't gauge that off that. Like just because he throw a lot of punches, you gonna say, oh, he got more endurance than Terrence Crawford.
Well, I'm just saying
y'all do the same thing to us.
No, I mean, normally I don't care about the same thing to us.
When I play with my kids, I run up and down the court on them. But when I play with grown men who actually can play, I mostly shoot threes. So that's not the same. You could try to put apples with oranges. Oh,
all he's saying is
so that means he got great.
All he's saying is
you don't have to explain it, Lenore, because they don't want to understand it. You beat the dead horse.
No, I understand.
They do the same thing to me.
So the point, listen, the point I'm making that y'all Bud Crawford fans don't talk about is this. Errol Spence is a very active fighter. He throws a lot of punches. We all know that once Terrence Crawford is invited into a firefight and he gets hit, he wants to go back at something takes over. That ego in him takes over where he got to be throwing punches too. And I'm telling you, that doesn't favor him because out of both guys, if I ask this to Terrence Crawford fans, if you had to put your house on it, your everything that you own on it, who would you bet on to take a punch better if a firefight starts out?
Let me ask you this. Look. This is why the question doesn't work, bro. This is why the question doesn't work. When have you seen?
No, it's a simple question. I asked you a question. No, because you're dancing around the question. I'm asking.
Yeah, you are.
If you're dancing,
bruh.
so answer the question.
If I bet,
you know what? Look, I don't know. That's the answer. Listen. I don't know. That's the answer. You know why? Because Errol Spence don't swing with you. What are you talking about?
That's not what I said.
No, that's the question.
That's not the question. Again, you guys are dancing all over the place. The question I asked is if you had to bet your house and your life savings on who's gonna react and take a punch better, who is it gonna be? It don't matter if they're in the ring together. I'm talking separate individually. Who would it be?
Wait, but you dressed it up in a firefight when Crawford needs his punch back and shit. That's what
they
you
don't
said.
have to be in a firefight. Listen to what I'm saying. They don't have to be in a firefight with each other. Just in a firefight, period. Who do you believe
if you had to bet who's going to take the punch the best,
who has a better chin? Is that's you're saying all this shit to say who has a better chin? I don't know.
Good.
I don't know.
He never forgot.
Hey, Lamar, this is exactly
EJ has done that 2 or 3 times.
But but Loyal, listen. I'm gonna tell you something. And this is why I say we beat a dead horse. For example, I bring up logical points, and what they say is you don't know what you're talking about. You don't understand what you're saying. You're dumb. You're dumb. That's a dumb analogy, etc., etc. You can bring the most factual, logical thing to the debate.
These guys
they don't understand.
These dudes don't just like to talk and don't know nothing about boxing.
Every time you ask them a real question, a realistic question, they dance around it, and they can't even be objective on what's going to happen in the fight just from
how do you measure a chin, buddy?
Fight fan perspective.
How do you measure a chin, buddy?
Wait, he didn't ask.
By how a person takes a punch. By how a person takes a punch, and I'll give you this example.
By the same person or by random?
I'll give you this example here, right? With Errol Spence, we all know as a professional boxer or people who watch boxing, we know that the punch that you don't see coming hurts you the most, and then also the punch that hits you right square on the chin or on the jaw is a punch that's going to hurt you the most because it's going to rattle your brain and throw your equilibrium off. We saw Errol Spence when his mouthpiece was knocked out against Ugas. Take a flush right hand that I'll admit should have been a knockdown if the roast wasn't there.
See, he fell back on the ropes.
I can talk real about boxing. All right. If the roast wasn't there, it's very possible that he would have been on the ground.
What's your point, bro?
My point is this, Boxing Gems, is when it comes to a chin, after he got hit like that, did you see any give in his legs? Did you see any give in his output in the fight? And the amount of punches he threw, we did not. Absolutely not.
But
it don't matter.
No, he bounced.
He took the punch.
What are you talking about?
And after that, it was the end of the round, bro.
Bro, the end of the round.
No. Wait a minute. Hold on. This wasn't the Lardy situation. There was plenty of round left. Bro. There was like a minute left in the round. There was some round left. So there wasn't the Lardy situation when it happened right at the end of the round. No, this happened literally with about a minute time left.
It was more than a minute time.
It was more than a minute.
Yeah, you're right. It was. I was thinking about that latte fight. My bad.
Right. So my question is, when a guy when I'm a judge a guy by a better chin, is how he takes a punch that you don't see coming, and how his body reacts to the punch. If I see giving his legs like Adrian Broner when he got knocked down by Maidana, or if the person has their wherewithal, if it's a flash knockdown like when Broner knocked down Sean Porter and he bounced right back up and fought at the same pace. That's how I'm going to judge a chin. Now,
so you're saying if it was Mean Machine or somebody like that, it wouldn't have been different. He wouldn't have been knocked out.
We don't know.
Exactly. That's why you can't judge a chin like that.
No, but
hold on, Lenore. But hold on a second. But you can only judge somebody by the experiences they've been through. I can't you can only judge Spence's chin based on who he's been hit by.
True.
So the question is, based on everything that we've seen, because I tell you this, if I had to bet money on it, I believe that 147-pound Ugas that looked bigger than Errol Spence at the weigh-in punched harder than Gamboa. Kell Brook, I believe he's one of the biggest welterweights at that time, punched harder than Gamboa, and these guys caught him with flush shots. Now we've seen how Terrence Crawford chin reacted when he got hit. So when you guys sit here and act as if nothing's gonna happen to him.
Say Ugas punch harder than Gamboa.
You say Ugas punch harder than Gamboa.
I'm saying
did they both weigh 135?
Listen, I know what you're gonna go to the knockout thing, right? The knockout thing. What I'm saying.
You looking at the shit in hindsight, bro.
No,
he's not Lenore.
No, because you guys are not understanding what he's trying to say.
All he's trying to say too long to say this shit.
Based off Jets, how can he explain it any different?
My goodness, man.
What he said is simply this. He said if he had to bet his money, he believes that Ugas punch harder than Gamboa.
Hey man,
It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter that they're the same weight. It's just because Ugas is bigger. That's probably the reason why he punches harder than Gamboa. And Earl Spence was able to take that on the chin. Terrence Crawford was not able to take it on the chin. He got wobbly.
But he said it would have been a knockdown, fam. How was he able to take it on the chin? What is he talking about?
When he bounced back Gamboa, Crawford was literally on shaky legs when little ass Gamboa hit him. Bro, he was about to get dropped.
Spence would have got knocked clean out the ring had it
if it went for the ropes.
Been there. What are you talking about?
Exactly.
This is what I don't count that as a knockdown. That's my opinion, but that's okay. Hold on.
You win.
The reason why I don't listen, I know Loyal has.
So you a fanboy. You a fanboy.
All I'm trying to say. Hold on, bro. See, this is what I'm talking about. As I answer one person's question and another person jumps in.
Don't explain it. It don't make no sense.
Okay, no. It doesn't make sense to you because you don't understand. You don't understand boxing. You don't understand.
You don't understand boxing. You don't see the man breakdowns. You don't see the breakdowns.
You don't understand logic.
You ain't been on his channel, Lenore.
You don't understand logic, bro.
It's not that
No,
they don't
you don't
understand
understand logic, fam.
It's not that.
Man, they got Lenore.
When Crawford was 135 and Gamboa was 135, how? I mean, you're comparing Gamboa's power to a 135 pounder and Ugas' power. What are you talking about?
That's our point. That's what we're trying to tell you.
You're looking at it in hindsight, like, oh, Crawford weighed 147 now. He got rocked by 135 pounder.
Lenore, I realize I'm beating the dead horse, bro. Because what these guys have, you know why they can't admit to it? Because these guys have lived off narratives for the last 4 years. And the moment that Spence got hurt against Ugas, they just want to continue to live there because the example I brought up about having a better chin wasn't about him getting knocked down. It's about how a fighter reacts to getting punched after they went down. If they're hurt, if they have given their legs. This is stuff I'm talking about. But it's hard for y'all to talk about it because the fact is when Terrence Crawford, the example we have when Terrence Crawford got hit by a guy who was smaller and he got hit straight on the chin, his body reacted completely different than Spence. His knees buckled, he backed up, he leaned.
Bro, they was at 135.
It wasn't a knockdown.
Listen, y'all. That's his point. You guys not understanding because he's a smaller guy.
Let them do what they do.
It don't make no sense, bro.
Let them do what they do.
It don't make no sense.
All right.
This nigga said, yo, I want to see what they look like after a knockdown. Bro, Crawford didn't get knocked down, fam. What are we talking about? Bro?
Oh, now Crawford. Wait a minute. So when Loyal says he'll call fair one that he got knocked down versus Ugas, you don't say that Crawford got knocked out by Kavaliauskas?
Nigga, you was talking about Gamboa.
No. I'm not talking about Gamboa anymore. I'm talking about Kavaliauskas. I'm not talking about
Gamboa. Why are you asking me about some other shit?
I'm asking you about Kavaliauskas. I'm not asking about Gamboa.
I'm telling Buddy why his point don't make no sense.
Lenore, he
keep making
shit. Jim, they gonna keep coming with the same talking point, Jim. Just a no-win situation, bro. Just a no-win situation, bro.
See, that just tells you how. Look, I'm
manipulating the question.
Yeah, you manipulating the question because that's not what I asked. See, I know how to stay on topic because I know what I'm asking. I never said anything about someone getting knocked down. The question I asked was
you just said that shit, bro.
That's not what I said. I admitted Spence got knocked down.
Hey, I swear, bro. Did he not just say?
No, what I said.
No, he didn't. No, bro. Listen to what he's saying.
Listen, what I said was.
Lenore, of course, dude.
Listen,
for real.
What I said was when a fighter takes a punch that he does not see on the chin. That's what I said and how they react to it. That's what I asked. But you guys are manipulating the question because it's so hard for you guys to admit anything that makes Terrence Crawford look like there's some type of weakness.
He does. Look, bro, every fighter has a weakness.
Jim made breakdowns, bro.
I'll walk circles.
So what does that mean? Because he makes breakdowns.
He made breakdowns.
But he talk about thumbs up and it can get thumbs downs.
Just because he
Bro,
makes
Hey,
breakdowns,
Jam is a human being. He got great breakdowns I agree with, and he got stuff I don't agree with. He's been wrong.
Yeah, well, no, it don't
He's a
matter.
human
Let me
being.
ask you this.
That shit
LeBron.
don't even matter that I
No.
make breakdowns.
Let me ask you this.
It matter.
If the ropes
gotta stick
hold
to
a
your-
boxer up, is that a knockdown?
I don't know. Me and him have two different opinions. I have two. No. I have two different opinions about that. Now let me tell you why. Even though yes,
we're not talking
okay,
about.
I'm gonna ask you a question. Let me ask you a question.
We're talking about boxing. In boxing,
I'm gonna ask you a question.
Hold a boxer up. Is that a knockdown?
Okay, let me ask you a question. It is a knockdown, but Errol Spence did not get knocked down because the ref told him stop. So that's the reason why I don't count that as a knockdown.
You digging a hole with that. They gonna make an excuse, man. I don't give a shit. The nigga got knocked down. If the ropes wasn't there in the rules of boxing, it's a knockdown. If the ropes are holding you up in the rules of boxing, I don't care about Spence or anybody else. In the rules of boxing, if you get hit and the only thing that's holding you up is the ropes, that is considered a knockdown.
Yeah. And I'm saying, I just disagree with that. That's okay. We can move on from that point.
I mean, that's the rules of boxing.
No, I understand, but I think he said stop.
You an EJ fan. Case closed.
He got a crush on EJ.
Hold on, y'all. Hold on. For the guys in the chat wondering why I'm not saying much, it's because for whatever reason, whenever I have the panel open, it sounds like I'm far behind. Like I'm behind everybody. So I got a fucking damn near screen. So if anybody knows anything about this sound shit, the reason why I can't overtalk everybody to kind of control the conversation, please leave in the comment section or DM me on IG. All right.
I be having the same issue, bro.
Oh, you do?
Yeah.
Yeah, like I can't like.
Actually, but sometimes though I'm over everybody somehow, but sometimes I'm under everybody when I try.
It might be StreamYard then.
Who knows?
It's technology. Going to either make you way louder than everybody or below everybody.
Yeah, see, like right now, y'all probably hear me.
And anyways, Lo, listen, I'm in agreement with you, man. We can bring up the most logically sound and reasonable points, and it goes.
Man,
to
oh my God, man! This
nigga said getting shot was the same as drinking. That's the most logical sound point I ever heard, bro.
Look, the best thing. Listen, the best thing about all this is the fight. The fight's gonna happen, and when after the fight happens, see. You
show your ass back up. You show your ass back up. I might come to you.
Look. I'm gonna be here, rain, sleet, and snow because the sun's gonna come up the next day, and I'm gonna have to pay my bills whether Terrence Crawford is won.
Right.
All I'm saying is this: y'all been wrong every single time, and I tell him this shit all the time.
100%, buddy.
I got a nigga. Listen, I got a nigga here in this. Listen, I got a nigga here in Bushido's was a subscriber named Argentis Barber who bet me that Errol Spence would not call out Terrence Crawford on here. Nigga bet me like $250, and he ain't been back on the platform yet. This shit happens all the time on here. Y'all say all kinds of shit, and then when it don't happen. Then y'all switch up to another narrative.
Oh, if he beat Kell Brook, we're gonna give Bud credit. Oh, if he beat Porter now, if he beat Porter, we're gonna give him credit. And then gave an excuse every step of the way, even when he stopped the man.
Same,
bro. That's how they do, bro. They move the goalposts. They move the goalposts, bro.
Hey, I'm neutral. Spence fans got so many terrible arguments that. Y'all niggas got terrible arguments.
Boxing Gems, I wish you would just come out and say
no. Come out and say you were just a fanboy, fam.
No. I wish you would just come out and say, you know what, for this fight.
Hey, Lennar gonna say Glovegate.
Pretty
Glovegate on Bud.
But I wish you would come out and say, you know what, for this fight, my emotions are too much in this fight for me to call a clear winner. Because I know for this,
you should be saying that.
You got a bias.
Ramirez
versus got a bias, bro. I'm gonna expose it.
My channel's about
you got Spence Chris or something. Like you
got a bias in this fight. It's clear as day. Your other breakdowns, like for example, Devin Haney versus Kambosos. That was a beautiful breakdown. I agree with you.
Bro,
right.
The one
that was a beautiful. But hold on. But this particular fight, your emotions,
We've
your
been through
feelings
this.
are all in this fight, brother, and we can't take you serious for this one.
It's okay.
We've been through this already, Lenore. You sound ridiculous.
November 20th.
You the only person that like you.
It's okay. Because on
November 19th, yeah.
God damn.
No, the 20th.
Listen, man.
You the only person that like you. Oh fuck.
Get out of here, man. If I was
Uh,
searching for
November 20th.
Lennard's approval, I'd have killed myself a long time
No.
ago.
Listen. It's okay. Listen, I know you don't give a fuck about what I have to say. I'm just calling it like that it is. Though. You got a bias in this fight. You got a bias in this fight. That's all.
Hey,
No, you have a
This
bias.
nigga right here.
Just call us spade a spade.
This nigga Lenore.
Bias.
Call spade a spade, man.
Right. Motherfucker,
I got a
Spence
bias
is your
in this
spade.
fight.
How's he
I got
biased, bro? And it's okay.
No, he is, bro.
Spence
Look at the way
your
he
big
I feel like
defends
it's something wrong with being biased.
over everything. You give him a logical point, he flies by it.
Bro, it wasn't logical,
Yeah,
fam.
it was logical. Yes, it
Why
was.
y'all, look,
You know what
the
I
only one
noticed?
saying it was
It's-
logical.
It's never logical when
I
it's
agree,
against
but-
Bud. I noticed that about you. It's never
Logic
no
logic
point.
doesn't matter, Lenore. Just narrative.
Bro, yeah, you on the side of a nigga that
It's
said
never logical.
getting shot in the head was the same as drinking.
I never
Get
said
the
that.
fuck-
See, there you
yes,
go
you
misquoting
did,
me.
motherfucker.
No,
Yes,
I
you
did
ass
not.
nigga.
No, I did not.
Yes, you
No,
did.
you're misquoting me. What I said. No.
Oh my
No.
God.
We're gonna clear this up right now, real quick, and we can move on.
You
What
said Bud
happened was
gets shot in
this.
the head.
Motherfucker,
You
you don't run
quickly,
this show. You can
you
move
guys
on.
said there was a fighter out there, or excuse me,
We
an
can
interview
move
out there
on.
talking about Spence and drinking. And I said, and you guys said he can't be doing that. He's undisciplined. He's not in the gym. And you guys basically were making it up as if, since Spence is not in the gym and doing those type of things, that he is not doing what he's supposed to do, and he basically that's why you favorite Bud. And in
was
response,
mainly
I
saying-
said, hold on. And in response, I said, hold on. Terrence Crawford is doing some things he's not supposed to be doing. For example, getting shot in his head after playing illegal street games. That's what. And I said, and then hold on. And in response, you guys said, well, how does that make sense? Because we have one guy who's destroying his body with drinking, and another guy. I said another guy who's just in the streets doing illegal things. I said it makes sense because he clearly got hurt from it. And if he wasn't in the streets doing illegal things, he would not have gotten hurt. We know when you go out in the street and do stupid stuff, you can get hurt.
I can't.
But was
I
it?
can't
That
believe-
was the comparison, bro.
No, and that's the comparison.
You talking about self-inflicted.
I can't believe you could.
Yo, that was self-inflicted. What Bud did. That was
not
self-inflicted.
self-inflicted.
was drunk driving, speeding, he wouldn't have got hurt if he won't doing
Bro,
those
who
illegal
cares?
things.
And if Terrence Crawford, Lord, does this make sense? If Terrence Crawford wasn't playing craps, he wouldn't have got shot in the head.
Put in his
Right.
car like Simone
All
Biles.
right, bet. Hey, you know what? Let's move on.
So-
You're right, no.
I don't
That's
want
your
to talk
logic.
about.
No, I mean, no.
We'll let people
It's
decide
the
for
tr-
themselves.
If
You're right,
Terrence
Lenore.
Crawford did not
Lenore,
go
you're
out
correct,
and play
bro.
craps, would he have got shot?
Look,
See, that's how Lenore do.
That's your
Lenore take this
logic.
shit
There you
all
go.
kind of. That man.
There you go.
Bro,
You
this
don't
was
want to answer the
cool,
question.
have good logic or not.
Yeah, my thing is we got a
I
fight
don't like
coming
arguing
up.
with these
I don't.
dudes.
Both of those guys
Yeah,
made it
ain't,
through
man.
what they did. Both of those guys made
Yeah.
it through they hardship. Both of these guys are in their prime. Both of these guys gonna be in hella shape, and we got a huge fight coming up.
Well,
And
I believe the one
telling
that'll be in more shape with is the one that doesn't drink and drive.
I don't give a shit. You know what? Errol Spencer beating everybody, drinking and not drinking. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, he ain't beating no Bud though. I'll tell you that.
All right, then just be here. You know, just show up on the 20th. You know, all you gotta do is show up on the 20th, because it's gonna be.
Go ahead, Bushido. Go ahead, Bushido.
We gonna have a live stream, probably the night of, but the day after too. So
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
show
Of
up
course.
November 20th on a live stream. We go talk about whoever wins. You gotta be here to eat the crow.
Okay. So, Bushido,
Lenore, I want your ass in here, Lenore. I don't want to look for your ass, Lenore. You
Lenore
talking
be on
too much shit.
suicide watch.
Bushido, let's make an agreement then. If Bud Crawford win, I show up here on the 20th. And if Errol Spence win, you got to show up on my channel on the 20th.
All right, that'll work.
Okay.
Now I want that nigga Lenore to show up. That's who I
I'm
want
gonna
to show
show.
up.
Listen, I'm gonna show up regardless.
Hey, Lenore, please show up.
I'm gonna
I'll be worried,
I'm gonna
bro.
show up regardless.
I'll be worried, bro, if you don't show
yeah,
up. I'm gonna think you committed suicide. Please show up so we can know you're alive.
Yeah.
Hey, salute to everybody in the chat. Salute to everybody in the panel. Go subscribe to Loyal to the Game. Go subscribe to Boxing Jam. Subscribe to YSM. I'm not sure if Cooking or Extra O has a channel, but subscribe to them. And yeah, man, I'm catch you guys on the next one. Peace out.
Yes, sir.
All right,
Big man.
Bushido.
Be easy, man.
Appreciate you.
Salute everybody. Be safe out there.
Salute.
Yes, sir.